Hello, Darren.
Good morning, Aaron J. Hansen of BMW. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Hey, good, good. You got just a couple of minutes, or did I get you at a bad time?
It's all right. I'm in the middle of driving, but I can talk.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let me know if you can. You can always pick it up later. Like I told you last night, I was finally able to get everything that I needed in front of me here, so I can talk somewhat intelligently about everything that we did and everything that we found.
Okay.
I mean, the bottom line of it is, we didn't observe anything defective about the vehicle. There's nothing intrinsically wrong with it. This all started with a complaint about the accelerator pedal, so we looked at the accelerator pedal, the old one, very, very closely. And what we observed was that the protrusion pin that holds the accelerator pedal to the pivot base is sheared off. It appeared that extreme lateral force to the base of the accelerator pedal damaged this protrusion pin, causing the pedal misalignment. So this was done by force, not because it just fell apart of its own accord. It was broken as a result of extreme force.
What does that mean, extreme force? Because the only force is my foot pressing on it. So if that's too extreme for it, then it's a bad design.
No, it was moved to one side too forcefully. So the fracture resulted as the fracture was the result of extreme lateral motion. I mean, it's one thing for something to fall apart. It's another thing for something to be broken. And as you demonstrated in your video, it only sticks if it's forced, with some effort all the way to the floor and, in a certain way. This was not normal operation. It did not fracture as a result of normal operation. It fractured as a result of an outside influence, in this case, extreme lateral motion. So that's nothing that we...
What do you mean by extreme lateral? I was sitting in the driver's seat and pressing on the gas pedal. That's standard use of a pedal. I wasn't sitting outside the car pressing sideways. So are BMWs only meant to press the pedal in a certain direction? Because that wasn't in the owner's manual. Because I was in the driver's seat pressing on the pedal. I don't see any what direction should I have been pressing on?
Well, we obviously expect the pedals to be fairly durable in normal operation. We don't have a history of this sort of failure going on. And we cannot duplicate your actions in the vehicle. We don't know what you were doing in the time you've owned this vehicle or at the time that this incident occurred. All we can do is go back and look at the part forensically and piece together exactly how the failure occurred.
Right.
And this is what it shows us.
People in the service center saw it. They saw the pedal sticking to the floor.
Right.
So you could ask them about it. I mean, they saw it. They went and pressed the pedal and it stuck. And
yeah, there's no, Aaron, there's no question that the pedal stuck. That's demonstrable. The question is why.
Right. Was
it a result of a defect in materials and workmanship, or was it the result of something else? And we can state with absolute confidence it was the result of something else. It's nothing to do with the way the pedal is designed, has nothing to do with the way the pedal was manufactured. It has everything to do with this usage of it.
Well, I don't understand what use, because then it might happen again.
If you do precisely the same thing that caused the fracture in the first place, then you could reasonably expect the same result, of course.
What caused the fracture?
It's not indestructible.
What I can't understand is what caused it to fracture.
And that's a question we can't answer for you.
In a standard way. It was used to...
Well, clearly it wasn't.
Far to go.
Clearly it wasn't used in the standard way. That's the thing.
Okay, well, I just can't figure out what would have broken it. I mean,
it was not severely to one side, hard enough to fracture a clip, and that's what caused the pedal misalignment, and that's what causes the sticking when it's mashed all the way to the floor.
Do you have a picture? I don't know exactly what you're talking about. Do you have pictures of this?
I'm sure that you can look at the accelerator pedal. I mean, it's available.
Do they still have
it? They can show it to you. Yeah, we had to look at the old one. It's available.
Okay, because I don't know what you're talking about. I've used the pedal like you're supposed to use a pedal. I press down when I want the car to go, and I lift up and expect it to come up when I want it to stop.
Well, I mean, there's certainly indications that the vehicle is being driven aggressively, because the only way that the pedal ever stuck at all was if the pedal was mashed all the way to the floor with some measure of force. So clearly the vehicle is being used in an aggressive manner, and if that's going to be the case, then we can't expect parts and components to last as long as if the vehicle were being driven in a more conventional way. But something was done.
I was stuck when I was trying to get into traffic because we slowed down and I had to merge back into traffic. So I had to get up to speed quick, which is what I bought the car for.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it was being driven in any unusual manner. And I don't see any other indications on the car that indicate that because I don't drive it that hard.
Mm-hmm. Well, the indication here is that the pedal, which only sticks when it's mashed fully to the floor,
correct,
was fractured as a result of excessive lateral force. That's the end. That's what we can tell you with absolute confidence.
Right.
How did it happen? We weren't with you in the vehicle at the time that it occurred, so all we can do is state the facts of our investigation. This is the outcome. This was not a defect in materials and workmanship. This was a problem with how the vehicle was being operated.
Okay, I'll have to go look at the pedal because I don't understand how it could have fractured. That seems like it's just poor quality materials then.
No, if it were poor quality in materials or something intrinsic to the design of the pedal, we would see a lot more having to be replaced, and we just don't have that. This is a fracture as a result of force. I'm not privy to knowledge of every complaint of this nature that we might have, but as part of our investigation, we go back through the records and see, do we have a history of this sort of complaint? We talk to the development people who are responsible for overseeing this sort of thing, and they don't have a history of it.
Okay. All right.
All right. If there's anything else we can tell you about this, feel free to give us a shout. I'm available. Betsy will be back in the office soon as she can be, probably next week sometime. Okay, so we're happy to tell you anything else that we need. Sorry?
What was your phone number?
201
263
8246.
All right.
And if the pedal is not available, as to my knowledge it is, but if it's not, let us know and we can get your photographs. That's no problem.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. All right. Thanks for your time, Aaron.